guys, welcome back to the Pineapple Party Podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pineapple Party Podcast. My name is Jensen and I'm your host. And today we have a very special guest with us. We have the amazing Lawrence Ooi, who is here to share his time and to talk to us about, rap, hip hop, and his university group, and lots more. So let's get into it. How are you doing, Lawrence?
Hey, so I think I'm gonna briefly introduce myself. So hi guys, I'm Ling Wei, or also known as Lawrence Ooi. I'm currently a student athlete in UTAR, a sophomore, and outside of academics, I'm also an independent artist by the name of Lawrence Ooi. And yeah, I also do content online, and I'm extremely grateful to be here. Thanks Jensen. First of all, shout out to Pineapple Party Podcast for having me right here. Shout out Jensen. He's a hard worker. I appreciate his time because he's a very busy person and still he kind of has this kind of free time to actually uh, do this sorts of interviews, which are extremely helpful. You interview like a lot of I see uh, artists, right?
Yes.
And also I remember a pilot. There was one episode that you interview a pilot,
Yeah.
and
Um,
it's quite informative. You have these people from this kind of backgrounds. You have the diversity there.
yeah. Well, he's a pilot to be. Shout out to my friend Mizan. He is a student in flight school right now. So
Shout out to
once
all
he
the pilots, man.
graduates, yeah, shout out to the pilots. But let's talk about something else that is also fly. We'll be talking about you and your hip hop group. And I remember you guys hit me up on Instagram DM saying like, oh, we have a collective going on. This is a very interesting and a very new kind of concept and thing, especially in Malaysia and especially in
Yeah.
the niche of Malaysian universities.
Yes.
So yeah, if you want, go for it, man. Like introduce it.
All right. So I want to introduce our group. We are named Unbarred. Unfortunately, we don't have all of our members here, but I'll be the representative to actually give some insights about our group. So we started I think a year ago. We established in 2023, and it's almost a year. And right now we are doing. We are currently working on a mixtape. We have a cipher going on. Probably next semester we'll be filming the music video, and we also have a mixtape cipher and our individual EPs, or you can say I don't think we have an album going on, but I think individually we all have our own EPs. So that'll be undergoing also at the same time as the mixtape and cipher. So
Wow.
we have about 10 10 or plus people right now in our group. We started off small. Shout out to Hausan, shout out to Lancy, because he was actually the first person who actually say that, hey, we're going to kind of make a music club, but specifically for hip hop. Jensen, you're also a hip hop artist, right? You're in
Yes,
Monash right
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
So you also join this kind of music club, but have you ever heard of specifically the club only focuses on hip hop music
No, honestly,
specifically?
not at all. No, like
Yeah,
that's
so
why this is
so
very
that's the kind of
interesting.
concept we're trying to do, and we hope that probably other universities might take us as a reference to kind of start this kind of culture. Yeah, so we're hoping to kind of uh, to how say
Like
mm,
start the trend, right? Like be the
yeah,
pioneers.
not only start the trend but also to encourage, because one of the things that I see is that people have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of creativity. They want to start making music, but one thing for sure is that they are afraid that their music will be is my music trash? Am I,
Hmm.
you know, am I doing anything wrong? If I make any mistakes, will people like criticize and everything, all those stuff? And I think like I mean, Ambar is also like kind of starting to kind of figure things out. So we hope that once we take that step, more and more people will kind of like follow it.
Right. Okay. And that's quite a lot to unpack there. I think you talked about you guys have a cipher mixtape and then individual EPs out. Funnily enough, I don't actually know what a cipher is. So, do you mind taking us
I
through what a cipher is?
Okay, so Cypher is like a group of people. I don't know if there are any limits, but normally you would see ciphers popular, like especially in China and Taiwan. You
Mm.
know, so I'm gonna talk about like Cypher is kind of like five to let's say that probably 5 to 10 people. They they will show off their rapping skills.
Mm.
So usually there's like a beat switch in between ciphers. Probably most commonly we can see that the first they will start with boom bap,
Mm.
and then once the boom bap like kind of like 2 minutes and a half and 3 minutes, it will switch into another beat which is trap. So
Right.
those
Okay.
who so those who are like probably they are good at boom bap, they'll go for the boom bap beat. And those who want to like show off their skills in trap music, they'll go for the trap beat. So normally you would see a cipher usually takes up probably 5 to even 10 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So for
And
example, like if Jensen, you want to join me, and then I'll find like 4 or 5 other people, and then let's make a cipher together. Yeah.
mm. And then how long is one person rapping?
I would say between the shortest will be 30 seconds, the longest will be 45 to a minute, 45
Okay.
seconds to a minute.
So it's
So
just
it's
like
like,
a quick demonstration of everyone's skills and then it like passes it on, right?
yeah, it's kind of like
Mm.
8 bars.
Oh, okay, okay.
A person have like 8 bars of soul, roughly there.
Mm.
If you're watching, if you all really know like the actual how many bars should one person take in the cipher, like do leave it in the comments because I'm also like new to this.
Yeah, fair enough. And me too. Like I've always heard of it and I have a very brief idea, but I think my approach with music is always just I like to do what I want and I like to talk about what I like to talk about. So like I kind of just play things by my own rules. Um, so like I genuinely don't have much of a detailed idea on what a cipher is. So yeah, it's really cool that you guys are doing it.
Thank you, man.
And talk to me about the mixtape that you guys are planning on dropping. Like any release dates yet, stuff like that. Any big breaking news to be broken here at the Pineapple Party podcast?
I would say we're still undergoing. We have a few songs that are ready, and we're still kind of collecting some of the demos from our members. So basically, right now is that if we have any demos, because right now we are in semester break right now,
Mm.
and I have time, I can record my music anytime right now. And if I have any like thing special that I want to share, I'll just post it in the group and say, hey, if anyone wants to hop on this beat and kind of like rap some stuff, and then we'll kind of have a person in charge of like how to say listen to all these demos, and we'll pick the product that we are most satisfied.
Okay, okay, okay. And with your group, is there a hierarchy? Is there this guy's the head of the group, this guy's the head of the collective, or is it
Um,
more like just everyone's kind of equal in terms of the amount of power and say that they have, the influence that they have on the group?
alright, so in Unbarred, we also like we call ourselves like RR gang.
Mm.
So yes, we as an organization, as a proper organization in our school, because we're a club, we're a society, there will be positions, but in terms of discussion, everyone has the right to express like, oh, maybe I think that this track it requires it can do better. Like
Mm.
there's some enhancement that I can talk about,
Mm.
and then yeah, we'll actually put it into consideration and not like, oh no, your thing is not good, so we won't publish it. You
Yeah.
know, the old kind of style, as you mentioned, like the hierarchy.
Mm-mm.
Nah, we don't do that kind of stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, that's interesting. Well then, how did you guys pitch this idea to your university? That hey, we want to do a hip hop club.
Alright, fun fact, Unbarred was not a hip hop group.
Mm.
It was actually a normal music club.
Okay.
But eventually, the person who was in charge of this club, he was uh he either graduated or he was, I don't know, he somehow just like dumped this kind of this club. Then no one was responsible to
Okay.
take over this club.
Okay.
So our head or our leader, he actually took over this club and then like say, hey, we're gonna do a rebrand. We're gonna make this club like a music club that specialized in hip hop.
Mm.
So that was when the kind of whole concept begins to roll.
Okay, so it was only because the previous head of the club kind of left it after he
Yeah,
graduated or whatever,
yeah,
and no one was there to take over. Okay, that's
yeah.
interesting.
So it was just a normal music club, and what I heard from was that he only posts his own music on the platform.
Really?
I don't know, but like
Wow.
that, I heard rumors from it. So eventually, our head take over,
Mm.
and then it became Ambat.
Right. Talk about nepotism. That's very interesting. Um, well then, how do you find what is the crowd engagement like with your club? As in,
You
how
mean
do other students in UTAR find the
like
club? Is there like a
like
public
like
opinion?
how they see Ambat
Yes. How do they
as
see
a
your
hip
club?
hop music club? Um, I would say, all right. So last semester we actually performed
Mm.
in some performances in our university. So I mean, after the performances, like people started to ask, like, how can I join a bar? So, I mean, what you're doing? Okay, I need to mention that one teacher, shout to Addison, she was actually the performance. I mean, the teacher who was responsible for the performance. She
Okay.
actually helped us a lot, because what we're doing was kind of new, in terms of university, in the performance. So, she actually introduced us a lot. She helped us to share our music and stuff, and she was very supportive of our club. And if you were to say crowd engagement, next semester we actually have quite a number of performances going on in university
Wow.
after our previous performance.
Okay.
So I would say that people kind of like, okay, their attention have been shifted to us right now
Mm. Okay. So it's
because
picking up.
no, yeah, because nobody knew who we were before.
Right. And what would you say are some of the strategies that you guys have implemented to get your club out to a bigger audience, onto more
Posting on
eyes?
social media,
Just posting on social
posting on
media.
social media, especially Instagram. Hao San, I mean, basically the leader of our society, our club,
Mm-hmm.
he posted like a series like 60天我们要成立一个系颜色. It's like 60 days. We have 60 days to establish our society, our club.
Okay.
And so people started, I mean, to follow that kind of series, and then until we were officially established, and then yeah, I think we kind of got most of the attention from there, and of course we are active in our social media platforms. So I
Mm.
think, I mean, that's the most important thing. I see songs started to pick up um out of a sudden because on TikTok people share and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like songs like just blew up for no reasons.
Yes.
So it's hard to actually determine like how we actually get all this exposure. But the main thing that I can guarantee is social media.
Mm. And did you guys manage to establish yourselves in 60 days?
As a club, yeah, we did.
Oh, let's go. Okay. That's amazing. So you hit your target basically.
Yeah, and so our next target is what I mentioned earlier. We'll be releasing a cipher, we'll be releasing a mixtape, and also individual EPs. But for the release dates, I'm still not sure. We're still kind of in discussion mode. But next semester would be a really important period for us to actually bring ourselves on stage and let everyone know that hey, we're there.
Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So when is the next semester for you?
Um, I'll be starting my next semester in a week or so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite quick.
Okay. So wait, how long was your semester break then?
A month or so. I would say
Um,
4 weeks. 4 weeks
okay.
or so.
Okay. Yeah, okay, okay. In about a week. Wow, all right. So very soon, big things are happening for you guys very soon.
Yeah, indeed.
That's amazing. Well then, do you guys have any like challenges with managing cuz I think normally if you have a big rap group or kind of collective, there's a manager, right? Who is in charge of, this, that, who does what kind of stuff and he delegates the work. But because you guys are all kind of in a way self-employed because there is no manager, it's just you guys doing your own thing together where everyone like you said earlier is equal and there is no hierarchy. How do you manage the important decisions, and how do you manage conflict if there is conflict in terms
Alright,
of your
so
your day-to-day activities as a club?
yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there were not any hierarchies in our group, but I forgot to mention that we have committees
Okay.
in our group. So as I mentioned earlier, we are an organization. We are established formally, officially in our university. So therefore, we actually have positions like, for example, treasury. Wait, sorry, treasurer, a
Mm.
treasurer, like and secretary, etc., etc. Normally, those positions you would have in an organization,
Yes.
but we will have a meeting or discuss. Yeah, if there was a if yeah, if there's a conflict, we'll have a meeting and we'll settle it straight away.
Right.
Because
Okay.
from what I know, because when I first joined Unbarred, I also have the same question as you.
Mm.
Because they told me that if there's anything happening in the club, we'll settle it directly. Because of course, if you do not settle the conflict like right away, it will kind of like backfire in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Well, besides performances and your cipher and your EP, ultimately what is your goal with the whole club? Your
You
club's
mean
goals?
my club's goal?
Mm.
All right, so I kind of joined for like a few months from now. But from what I know, what they are doing right now, currently we don't have. Wait, do we have a long-term goal? Okay, so
Now's the time.
wait. So short-term wise, because we wouldn't know like what will happen in the future, but right now it's just about the mixtape, cipher, individual EPs, and also, or probably if you say long-term goal, it will be getting performances.
Mm.
I mean performances outside of the outside of the school.
Oh wow.
Outside
Okay.
of the school. Like for example, you're performing in Monash, right?
Mm.
So of course you want your music to kind of grow bigger. You
Yep.
want more engagement from how to say larger audiences. So we'll kind of like find performances outside of school.
Mm.
We'll try to have contacts with certain authorities to let us perform at their places.
And would this be in Ipoh, where the university is located?
Um, to be honest, I'm not sure, but um, one thing I can say for sure is that it's outside of school.
Right. Or you could book a car, drive 2 3 hours down to KL.
Hey, wait, KL. Yeah, I think KL would be a really great place to go.
Yeah, book a car, drive down here, see what going.
Hey, it's actually quite near, like from Kampar to KL. It's like a
Mm.
2 hour
Yeah,
train. Or if you want to drive that, it's like 2 hours or so
two and a
to
half
KL.
hours. Yeah, ish.
It's like in the middle between
Yeah.
Penang to KL. It's like in the middle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. I've been to your campus actually. I've been to your campus
Oh,
twice,
really?
and I
You told me
love it.
that your brother like wanted to visit Utah.
Yeah, we were taking a look, so we went down and we just took a little university tour, and we spoke to some of the office people. They were telling us about the courses that they had available, and then after that, we're like, all right, thank you. Where do we go? It's like, oh, you could check this place out, and we just went like a little drive, a very slow drive, just around the campus. And my God, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful campus. Yeah.
All right.
But
So,
how? Mm-hmm.
hey, wait. Let me add on something.
Yeah, go for it. Go
Like,
for it.
um, people they would have this kind of stereotype towards like Utah as like we are always studying and we have like difficult courses,
Mm.
exams, and then it's hard to score and pass. So like people think that we're kind of like bookworms.
Mm.
But like I want to say that in Utah there's a lot of talent and how say I mean academically wise, I see a lot of talented people out there and I hope that um I mean not only Ambala for me as an independent artist, I can also like kind of inspire people to kind of actually take the first steps and actually expose yourself to I mean whoever your target audience is.
100%. Well, why do you think people say that though about Utah?
Um Probably it's because that we have this kind of I mean before that we have this kind of like receipt wait, not receipt, retake.
Okay.
So if you fail a subject, you have to retake the whole subject.
Okay.
Because I know for majority of universities, it's like you receipt for exam if you fail.
Mm.
But right now, Utah is actually they kind of also accept receipt
Okay.
as a choice if you were to fail a subject.
But previously
Yeah,
you had
but
to retake the whole thing.
yeah, previously you have to retake. Like for example, if I fail this semester, I have to wait for the subject which is probably not in the next semester. I need to wait for 2 semesters until that
Wow.
subject that I can take. So that's
Wow.
why people will stress when
Right.
they say, "Oh, we're from Utah."
Mm.
That's kind of like stereotype, lah. But
Okay. And how do you balance your life as a student, but also as a member of this hip hop club where I think the work is very heavily dependent on you guys, right? There's no manager, there's no boss,
yeah,
there's no king or whatever, there's no boss that you have to appease or you have to hit targets for. So
yeah.
how do you balance your life as a university student while also chasing this dream of making it as an independent artist now with a collective, with a hip hop collective?
I mean, most importantly, I know my priorities. I know what is important
Mm.
for my. I mean, currently right now, I know what is important for me to do. That is to produce music and also to try and experiment with all the new things. And also, I mean, people say would be stressful is because like uh they don't have a concrete direction.
Right.
Like for example, today I want to eat something at
Mm.
somewhere, but then a few hours later you say that oh I have something to do. Like
Okay.
things changes really fast,
Yep.
especially in university life. You
Okay.
have this all sorts of like social groups. Like for example, you join the music club. but at the same time you still do Muay Thai.
Mm.
And like these social groups, they all have their own plans.
Right.
And indirectly you will be kind of like sucked into it.
Right.
Like for example, you have your own schedule. You have a meeting at 6, but now like 5:30, your A social group wants you to do something. You say, oh, I have
Right.
30 minutes. I have 30 minutes. Yeah, that's the thing that's in your mind. I have 30 minutes, never mind. But then you go, an hour pass.
Mm.
You didn't get to do what was your priority back then.
Right. So the key to your success in balancing your university life while also chasing your dreams, while also exploring new hobbies, is really just learning how to prioritize.
Exactly, man.
Mm. Okay, then funny. Let's put a scenario for you. Let's say you have a quiz in 2 days' time, but it's only 10%. But let's say your friends are like, "Yo, this big artist is performing. He's our rap idol. Is performing tomorrow." But like, if you take tomorrow off, you're missing out one day of study for this quiz that is 10% of your total grade. Talk to me about your mindset and your approach into this situation. What will you do, and which option will you choose?
Wait, you mentioned that if there were a concert, right?
Yeah, so let's say hypothetically, option A is you study for the 2 whole days for your 10% quiz. Option B is you sacrifice one day or 1.5 days, because the next half is to recover, right? For this party or concert or this music festival with this rap idol of yours. How do you approach the situation?
If I know the concert or whatever party it is, um, at least a month ago, and I also know the quiz that is 10% a month ago,
Ah,
I will prepare for my quiz
yeah,
and I'll for sure go to the concert. But let's say I only get to know this concert a few days before,
okay,
and still I didn't study for my quiz.
okay.
Then 100% I will go for my quiz because I know study is still my priority.
Wow, okay. So if you have prep time, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you at least feel that like, oh, I have time to do that stuff, to prepare for that stuff. But if
Yeah,
I don't, then I'll panic like anyone else.
yeah. There's a joke out there. I'm not sure if you heard it, but with enough prep time, any man believes like they can fight a lion. It's like some
Nah,
dumb joke like that.
I never
Yeah,
heard of it
it's
before, man.
it's like with enough prep time, they could fight anything and defeat anything. That's very interesting. Okay, I love your approach though. I think it's one that is very mature and very responsible. So yeah, if your parents are watching this, they should be very proud. Yeah, okay. And I think you talked about how your group kind of started with the previous music club committee kind of dropping the club, right? But how did they start to recruit more and more people into this hip hop club?
Yo, fun fact, like we only do the posting on social media. Like I haven't seen like our group members actually um actively approach
Mm.
students in campus. Like for example, we have like a booth or what. Just an example, we don't have a booth
Oh,
or what. Just like, hey, do you want to join a bar? Do you want to join a bar? We don't have this kind of like booth, or we don't actively approach people.
okay, okay.
It's either you kind of like contact us or contact Hausan or actually contact anyone who's in a bar, and then probably that person will invite you into our club. That's what I know right now. And also, yeah, mostly it's the social media posting.
So you guys don't have like a clubs and societies week where you promote the club with the booths and
So far, I
get
haven't heard
sign-ups.
from no.
Okay.
But one thing for sure, I know that there's actually this what society week, club week,
Mm.
uh, where all the societies and club they will come together and they will kind of like introduce their clubs to um freshmen.
Yes.
But for Unbarred, I haven't heard any news that we are going to prepare to do that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So I feel like you could do a lot with it actually. You could even have like a little freestyle. You know, you put a mic set
Performance?
up. Yeah, just like a freestyle. Whoever wants to freestyle, and then you could search for like beats on YouTube and stuff like that. It'll be very engaging. You know, like it'll definitely bring a crowd in, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting though. But I'm guessing quite a few people hit you guys up on social media then.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because I think okay, I think mostly people they love hip hop music, but they don't know how to or they don't have that kind of interest to start making it on their own. You know, you would say you love Eminem, you love Kendrick Lamar, you love Drake. But then if I were to ask you, then do you want to join our club to make
Mm.
this sort of music? Then people will have second thoughts.
Right.
because because all they do is just listen to hip hop music. And back then, I was also one of them. You
Mm.
know, back in MCO, I only listen to hip hop music. I don't have any experience in making music.
Right.
You know, it's that I discovered the interest, and then I kind of hit up with you, and then just it's kind of like a sharing session
Right.
and stuff like that. But mostly it's depending on the person if he or she wants to kind of actively approach us.
Right. Okay.
That's one step they have to take.
Mm. Okay, that's very cool. And is your club open for signups from people outside of UTAR, or is it exclusive to UTAR students only?
Um, Exclusively for Utah students only because we are a university club.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you're still under the whichever body
university.
watches
Yeah,
over the university clubs.
exactly.
Okay, okay. I mean, is there anything else you want to add? You want to talk to us about?
Um, Let me think.
Yeah, no worries.
Uh, all right. Speaking about confidence,
Mm.
like you are one of the most like hyperactive person that I know,
Fair enough.
and you know your energy is how to say I don't see many people can duplicate that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And of course, if a person wants to join a hip hop group
Mm.
or he or she wants to perform,
Mm.
I personally think that they will need the kind of energy that you have,
Right.
and also not necessarily all the energy that you have, but kind of be how to say, to be more active on stage and not
Right.
kind of be like kind of shy
Right.
because you have a lot of things to express in your music, right?
Mm.
So just go for it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for example, the worst case scenario, you didn't hit the pitch.
Mm.
You were embarrassed.
Mm.
People might laugh, people might share on social media for a day or so, but who cares?
Yeah.
A week or
Exactly.
so, a week or so later, nobody would care.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
appreciate that.
like every time I see you like do those kind of stuff like on social media, we have these public interviews, or you dance really mad on stage.
Mm.
You were truly expressing yourself, and I think that many people can actually learn from that. Actually,
That's amazing. I really appreciate that. Well, disclaimer: it's not energy I have right now because I slept 3 hours last night, but I do appreciate that. And to add to your point, exactly, you're 100% right because at the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter who laughs or who doesn't, but you have to yourself know that you did your best, because okay, let's say if you never try, if you never do the thing, there is no inciting incident to start people laughing or people respecting you. There's nothing. There's nothing for people to react to. So this means that because of something you're scared of that you don't even know if it happens or not, you don't do it. But if you take action, then you can find out, oh, maybe people think it's dumb. Maybe people think it's amazing. Maybe people respect it. Maybe people don't care about it. Maybe they feel indifferent to it. But regardless, as long as you do it, no matter what happens, no matter what the reaction is, you will always gain the fact that you've done that thing that you wanted to do for
exactly.
all this time.
And
Um,
one more thing, actually,
mm,
respect is earned, not
yes,
given.
sir. Yes, sir.
It is earned. So like people can laugh about you, people can mock about you, people can say like bad stuff about you, but at the end of the day, if you really produce the kind of quality that they don't expect you to produce,
Mm.
then you earn the respect.
100%.
And the respect is not given at the end of the
Exactly.
day. Yeah,
Exactly. And like you said, it's earned, right? That means we have to do something to earn it. We
exactly.
if there is no action, there is nothing. There's nothing being produced, there's nothing being done. I'm not saying we have to go produce teddy bears or whatever, like a physical product. But if you take action and there is something being added into the world, then you can earn it back. You can earn respect from that. And of course, this is never confirmed, right? Because maybe, I don't know, someone could be the next Kendrick Lamar, or someone could be the next Lil Mosey, right? Or so it's like there is a difference. Like one thing to do is to take action, but how people perceive it is not up to us. So you could be Kendrick Lamar, who everybody reveres and everybody respects, or you could be Lil Mosey, who I don't know much about actually. I think he might be in jail or something right now, but you get my point.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And to add to your point, I mean, I live I'm here in KL, I can't really come down all the way to see the live shows, but I've seen a lot of the clips that when you do post, I definitely see them, and you're doing amazing things, man, because I think on stage as well, like you got that energy, you're very well aware of your actions and stuff like that, and I really love that. So keep that up.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
No, not at all, bro. It's all you. Yeah. Well, do you guys have any, like, as a group? So before we get into individual artists within your collective, as a group and as a collective, do you guys have any inspiration, any sources of inspiration?
This one is quite diverse actually.
Okay, that's really good.
Actually, I mean, if you know me, I take my inspiration mainly from American rappers.
Mm.
I don't kind of listen into Chinese rappers
Okay.
because I personally think that hip hop originates from US.
Mm.
So whatever that comes after that is kind of like their own style.
Right. Okay.
You get what I mean? Like even like
Yes.
local music, we actually take influence from US rappers. Like don't get me wrong, we're not I don't mean that we're copying. It's that we
Mm.
take inspiration. I mean taking inspiration and copying is actually two different things, I can say.
Yes. Yes.
So from what I can see in my group is that more of them are towards Chinese rapping.
Okay.
Yeah. Chinese rappers, they take inspiration from there. And but I do see people especially like some of them they have inspiration from drill artists from the US. I'm not sure who, but yeah, some also take from American, some most take from Chinese.
Wow. Okay. So lots of diverse, different styles and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Well, for you personally, you mentioned you take a lot of inspiration from U.S. rap, from American
Yeah.
hip hop. Are there any particular artists that you want to shout out?
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Hey, Kendrick and Drake, they have a
Yeah.
beef, right?
Yes, sir.
And like for me personally, like Drake is talking about haha, you have like small feet or what, small hands or what.
Yeah.
But then bro responded with you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean? Like even in diss tracks,
Mm.
like Kendrick has a kind of intelligence to
Yes.
outsmart his opponents.
Yes.
Especially Drake, in the Hard Part 6,
Okay.
people were saying that his voice when recording the track,
Mm.
he was trembling.
Oh,
I,
and
I don't know how true
right,
it is,
right, right,
but people say he was trembling when he
right.
was recording Hard Part 6.
Yeah. Well, the thing as well is, like, Kendrick writes his own stuff, and then Drake allegedly has ghostwriters, right? So that's all you need to know, I guess. Who's the goat and who isn't.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing when it comes to this beef, you're on Kendrick's side. That's your guy.
100%, man.
Hmm.
I
Well,
mean, yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, like, I don't know how true about all the conflict and incident is.
Mm. I mean, we don't know, right? So
We don't know, so it's hard.
we're
I
not on
mean,
the inside.
it's not fair for me to say that Drake is 100% wrong
Right.
because what we are all hearing is from rumors,
Yes.
from
So on the
guesses from
media.
the internet.
Exactly. It's
So
on the media.
it's hard to make a concrete how say a concrete
Judgment.
conclusion, a
Mm.
conclusion, unless you say that, oh, today there's evidence from who
Mm.
about Drake or Kendrick, and
Right.
he or he might be on the wrong, then
Right.
it's really hard to say. So as audiences, I mean, we are here to witness history
Yes.
between, I mean, one of the two biggest rappers
Yes.
in today's rap world.
Yeah, because you and I, we are not on the inside, right? We're just another audience member. So we don't know what's true and what's not. We don't know the real secrets. We don't know the truth. But we're just looking at what they put out on the media. You know, whether it's the songs or whether it's news around the song, whether it's Instagram posts, whatever it is. So it is very fascinating. And yeah, the songs are good as well. So it's a very
It's fun and entertaining.
I love the diss tracks. Yeah, they I think they both made very good diss tracks. Yeah, but the truth, what is the truth? We have no
We'll
idea.
never know.
We will never know. We will never know, for sure. Well, what about Kendrick's style? Do you take inspiration from?
His style.
Hmm.
He has different styles actually.
Okay,
It's hard to
talk to me about
determine.
it.
It's hard to determine what kind of style he has, but I would say his uniqueness
Hmm.
and the way how he writes his raps. I think is, I think it's kind of like fascinating, and also I think that only a few artists, rap artists, can actually do what he's currently doing right now.
Hmm.
You know, fuck the big trees, the big me.
Yeah.
I mean, so I take respect for his, how say, I mean, I respect his grind, I respect his lyrics.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
he's quite a smart person actually.
Oh, he's got to be very intelligent, without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, I think they all do. They're very quick, you know. Yeah. And very articulate, which is something that is a very important skill for sure. Well, Lawrence, is there anything you would like to add before we close up?
Um, okay, so thank you, Jensen. Shout out to Panto Party Podcast
Yes,
for
sir.
having me
Pineapple
right
Party
here.
Podcast.
Shout out to everyone in Unbarred right now. So I'm here to talk stuff with Jensen. Hopefully, I didn't say anything wrong. So hopefully, I didn't say anything wrong. Touch wood. So yeah, that's it, Jensen.
Wonderful. So shout out Unbarred again. Shout out to you, Lawrence. And of course, we're here live on the Pineapple Party podcast. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, you can drop us a like, subscribe, follow if this is on social media that you can follow. Yeah, I'll be dropping Lawrence's social media links. And if you want, I can definitely plug Unbarred here down in the description as well. Just let me know.
All right. Thank you so much.
Otherwise, thank you, Lawrence, for sharing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for telling us about Unbarred and discussing.
Hey, no
rap
problem,
and,
man.
all that with
No
me.
problem.
Yes, sir. All right, and with that being said, again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you guys 2 weeks from now. We're out. Yes, sir.